Man, I used to love Chuck Norris films. I still do think that he is very, very fun to watch during his fights. But is he a good actor? No, no, he's not a good actor in the slightest. Has he done good movies? No, not even good movies. But one of the best reviewed films that he's done, despite not even being a good film, is Lone Wolf McQuade from 1983. It stars him and David Carradine. Apparently, they were originally like the original plan for this, even though it was from 1983, was to get Bruce Lee in this and have a big clash between Chuck Norris and Bruce Lee, like in 1970s when they did Way of the Dragon together. But Bruce Lee passed away in '73. The movie came out 10 years later, and why not get the star from Kung Fu, who's David Carradine, to be Chuck Norris's opponent? So this movie is it's not really, it's one that I had wanted to see for a long time, but it wasn't it, it's just one of those films where I just thought to myself, so like there doesn't it has kind of an okay storyline. It's pretty lively, but it doesn't feature a whole lot going for it. I mean, when a movie is it is pretty lively, but you're still very, very let down and disappointed with everything. That's one of the worst things that you can ultimately get. I thought that this was going to be good, just even just for a simple mind action picture, but it really isn't. This was the Texas policeman, and who's played by Chuck Norris, and he becomes tangled up in these gun smugglers. And one of the guys that's moving in on everything is David Carradine. You guessed it, one thing leads to another, and there's this big fight scene at the end. Obviously. One thing that this movie really wasted was that ending fight scene. It's really not that good. Despite David Carradine being a martial arts expert, maybe not quite as high as Chuck Norris, it's still not very good. Still not a very good scene. Really, all this movie has going for it is kind of an interesting storyline, but ultimately, the gunfights, the gunplay that's in this, all that stuff, that's pretty okay. But in between all those, movie pretty slumps. I haven't seen this movie in well, like I had a bit of a dry spell from this. I saw it recently, and I thought, no, okay. Yeah, this movie's kind of blah, so I'm gonna have to give it 2 stars out of 4.